Today we're taking a look at these NBA matches, which are happening on Wednesday, February 8, 2023, and giving you our team and total picks for today. Welcome back to High Stakes. Before we dive into our video, don't forget to subscribe and push that notification bell to get notified as soon as we release these sport prediction videos, and make sure to watch it till the end so you don't miss any of our picks. Also check out our Patreon if you want access our premium picks. Our Patreon is a way for us to help you improve your chances of making more money. You will find the link in description and comments section below. One more thing before we start, check out our new channel High Stakes Props and Parlays, where you can find our player props and parlay picks predictions. You will find the link in the description and comments section below. Sacramento Kings vs Houston Rockets. Coming into this contest, the Kings boast a net scoring margin of plus 2.7 points per game, which is 7th in the league. The positive net scoring margin has been boosted by the Kings' lead leaguing 119 points per game. The highlight of the shooting for Sacramento has been their two-point shooting, particularly shots right outside the key. The defense hasn't been anything to write home about and ranks among the worst in defending the paint. In terms of opponent shooting percentage, the Kings sit bottom 3 in the league. They come in bottom 2 in terms of defending the paint and are allowing 55 points in the key. One contributing reason to the high amount of points allowed down low has been the Kings' inability to come away with blocked shots. They sit 29th in the league in blocks per game with just over 3 per contest. What has aided the defense has their ability to defend the fast break, ranked second in transition points allowed, and their propensity to limit foes to single shot trips up the court. The Kings come in top 6 in the league in opponent offensive rebound rate. When in fast break offensively, the Kings are generating around 15 points per game. They were able to capitalize in transition against the Rockets in their last matchup, and I expect it to be a point of emphasis for the Houston defense. Sacramento looked great as they had their full complement of players back Monday. The Kings also proved they score from a litany of players. The Kings have shot the ball incredibly well this season, and they face off with one of the league's worst defenses. Houston has ball security issues, and when they do turn it over, they seem to have no urgency getting back to stop the ball. This was exhibited in the first game, and I expect to see multiple turnovers and fast breaks in this contest as well. Lastly, the Kings have also been able to regularly limit opponents to single-shot possessions. The Rockets' struggling offense will further sputter with several single-shot possessions. Take the Kings here. Our team pick is Sacramento minus 8 points. This game flew over the total in the last game, and the line moved to respect that high total. That said, the Kings should also have no trouble scoring here yet again, and they showed no desire to pump the brakes as they added 41 points in the fourth quarter alone. Houston has been strong in the paint, and that's where the Sacramento defense has been most vulnerable. Houston also leads the league in offensive rebound rate and should be able to generate multiple second-chance scoring opportunities here as well. The play is the over 241.5 points. Minnesota Timberwolves vs Utah Jazz. The last time these teams linked up in Utah, the Timberwolves won by 10 as -1 favorites. Utah took the last meeting by 1 point back on January 16 in Minnesota and have won 2 of 3 games straight up and ATS this season. Both teams have been shooting well of late. The Jazz should have a rebounding advantage in this game, and the Timberwolves are one of the few teams in the league giving up more turnovers per game. Utah is 5-3 at TS in their last 8 games at home and 2-1 at TS versus the Twolves this season. Gobert is still dealing with a groin soreness, which may be the reason for the lack of rebounding of late, but that is an area that Utah should be able to manipulate in this one. Minnesota will be coming off of a game the night before and will have had to travel from Denver to Utah. Take the Jazz. These two teams have averaged a combined 233 points this season, but against each other, that number is kicked up to 245 total points per game. The over is 6-1 in the last 7 meetings between these teams. Both teams can put up points at any given moment, and both are shooting very well over their last 5 games apiece. The Jazz have scored 120 or more 5 times in their last 10 games and have hit 42.4 field goals per game over their last 5. The Timberwolves have put up 117 or more 5 times in their last 10 games, and they have hit 43.8 field goals per game over their last 5. Take the over. Golden State Warriors vs Portland Trail Blazers. Golden State is trying to avoid being in the play-in tournament and need to improve defensively as the Warriors are holding opponents to an average of 118.2 points, 26th per game. Opponents are shooting 47%, 12th overall and 36.2%, 18th from three-point territory. Golden State's offense has done extremely well at times as the Warriors are scoring an average of 118.4 points, 2nd per game, while shooting 47.7%, 13th overall, and 38.4%, 5th from three-point land. Stephen Curry is the leading scorer for Golden State with an average of 29.4 points per game, but is shooting 49.5% overall and 42.7% from three-point land. Klay Thompson is the second leading scorer with an average of 21.3 points per game, while shooting 42.3% overall and 40.5% from three-point land. Two of the next four scorers for Golden State are shooting 47.1% or higher. Draymond Green is the leader in assists with an average of 6.8 dishes per contest. On the boards, Golden State averages 44.2 rebounds per game, led by Kevin Looney, with an average of 8.6 boards per game. Dante DiVincenzo is the leader in steals with an average of 1.3 per game, and Green is the best rim protector, with an average of 0.8 blocked shots per game. With the injury to Stephen Curry, it is difficult to expect a lot of offense against a comparable team throughout the season right now. When looking at the ATS numbers this season, Golden State is 25-28-1 ATS, while Portland is 28-26 ATS so far this year. When diving into the adjusted offensive rating provided by Dunks and Threes, there is a sizable difference between these teams as the Warriors are 15th in the NBA with a 114 rating, while the Trailblazers are 5th in the league with a 116.6 rating so far. All in all, go with the Portland Trailblazers to cover the spread in this game. Our team pick is Portland Trailblazers minus 3.5 points. These defenses have been struggling lately as Golden State is giving up 120 points in their last 4 games, while Portland is allowing 121.8 points in their previous 5 games. When looking at the adjusted defensive rating throughout the season from Dunks and Threes, both teams need to show some improvement as the Trailblazers are 26th with a 116 rating so far, while the Warriors are 14th with a 113.7 adjusted defensive rating. Go with the over as it seems to be very likely here. Dallas Mavericks vs Los Angeles Clippers. The Dallas Mavericks have been doing well this season and are coming off a 124-111 road win against the Utah Jazz. The Mavericks were able to shoot the ball at a very solid level as they shot 41 of 88, 46.6% overall, 15 of 39, 38.5% from beyond the arc, and 31 free throw attempts during the game. Shooting guard Josh Green led the team as in 37 minutes he finished with 29 points, 6 rebounds, and 2 assists in the game. Defensively, they were pretty strong themselves as they allowed 47.1% from the field, 19.4% from beyond the arc, and 26 trips to the charity stripe. They were able to force 13 total turnovers with 6 steals and 4 blocks in the game as well. There is a massive scoring difference between these teams as of late, as the Mavericks are averaging 111.8 points in their last 5 games, while the Clippers are scoring 129 points in their previous 2 games. With Luka Doncic probably missing this game, Kyrie Irving is going to have to learn how to play with his new teammates on the fly and figure things out against Kawhi Leonard and Paul George. Limiting turnovers is critical as Dallas is second in the sport with just 11.8 turnovers per game, while Los Angeles is 15th with 13.5 turnovers per game. All in all, go with the Los Angeles Clippers to cover the spread at home. These teams are 2 of the more methodical teams in terms of pace that we have in the NBA, as the Mavericks are 29th with 95.9 possessions per 48 minutes, while the Clippers are 25th with 97.9 possessions per 48 minutes. Both teams have done a great job at defending the perimeter and not allowing many attempts against them from deep, as Dallas leads the NBA with 31.3 3-point attempts per game, while Los Angeles is 13th with 33.5 3-point shot attempts per game. Go with the under in this game as these defenses should do well and limit good looks at the rim.